house meeting, y'all.
What is good? Welcome to another episode of RipCity Sports Talk. I'm Bryce Trost, sitting alongside Anwar Jones.
Yeah. I'm happy today, Portland.
We know you are.
Yes, I am.
Gotta show love to our audio engineer, Jake the Hammer Hummel.
The Hammer!
He's in the house.
He is in the house. And, we're feeling okay. We're feeling okay after a pretty traumatic loss last night. We'll jump into that here in just a few minutes. Tonight's episode is scored by Samurai, who you can check out at RipCitySportsTalk.com as well as SamuraiMusic.com. You can also check him out on iTunes because he just dropped a new production album. It's pretty hot. It's actually got some decent names on there, man. Jay Pinder, Rashid Jamal, MC Lars, XP, Ep, Taupe, Immaculate,
there we go.
Our guy Big Mo.
Hey, Big Mo.
Yeah. Shout out to Big Mo and
Yes,
shout out to
sir.
Samurai. We're loving the score.
Yo, those beats are hot, man.
Definitely hot.
You only got like a little sample of it too, like.
That's right. Only just a taste.
It's like
just
what,
a taste.
28 tracks? He's
got Portland.
From what I've
forget
heard,
Portland,
is heat.
all of the United States. If you're looking for some heat, you got to hit up our boy Samurai. He's got dozens of new beats, kind of ranging from the soulful to the commercial, as well as just some heavy hitters.
Karate chopping.
If you're a producer here in the local area and you're interested in scoring an episode of RipCity Sports Talk, definitely hit us up. We're totally interested. We want to hear your heat. You can reach us at RipCitySportsTalk.com as well as on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Hit us up, man. We definitely want to hear what you got.
Just keep my head bobbing, that's all. That's the only prerequisite right there.
That's the right there? The bob?
Yep, that's it.
Okay, well, Sam's doing
And I'm doing it, and I got
mighty
it
fine
going.
with that. Yeah.
Samurai keeps
Everybody
me
in the
going.
house is just kind of.
Okay. So this
that.
week we are enjoying hydrations from Deschutes Brewery. I know I think I'm enjoying the Pilsner. Yeah, Pine Mountain Pilsner. It's light. It's nice.
I
I'm
found
enjoying
my
it.
sweet lady, my sweet thing. You know, Burnside.
You're always the India.
Yeah. India. I mean, it's a good. I mean, look. Yeah.
Be sure to check them out.
look at the bottle.
DeschutesBrewery.com.
She's nice.
Anwar is gonna pick up
She
any
treats me
sexy
good,
bottle
too.
you're gonna see on the street. This one's coming from Burnside. You can also check out at Burnsidebrewing.com. And then Jake, I think you got the Otis in there, right?
Otis, vanilla Otis.
We got that Otis.
I'm one of the few I feel like who I talk to who really enjoy this beer. I know there's a few around town who do, but I get a lot of people who don't.
Certain occasions.
Yeah,
but I'm a big fan of Ninkasi.
I'm surprised I actually found it tonight.
Yeah. Usually it's actually
Yeah, it's usually not around.
Hidden gem over there.
Definitely.
Is that what it is?
All right, we'll check out Ninkasi out of Eugene, Oregon. They're also at NinkasiBrewing.com. All right, that's gonna wrap it up for RipCity Sports Talk. Good night.
Yeah. They don't want to talk to me tonight. They don't want to talk to me.
No, we do not.
Let's just get through it.
Okay.
Can we stream this to Ohio?
Okay. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I know we got some family.
I know we have
in
a
the
real
Akron
O
area
going
that's
on
going to be
over
watching
there.
this. So let's talk about the
O-H-I-O.
national championship. Last night, Ohio State takes on the Oregon Ducks. Oregon Ducks a 7+ point favorite or 6.5 points?
6.5.
But
6.5.
We had a 12 gauge. Duck hunting
Final
season.
score.
Yeah.
OSU 42, Ducks 20.
Would you say that again? I didn't hear you.
Final score, OSU 42, Ducks 20.
Okay, thank you. Just had to get that clear.
Okay.
I mean, that was a beatdown, man.
It wasn't a beatdown because I was pretty confident. Not confident. I was excited. The game was fun for about 3 quarters. You saw the Ducks stumble. Actually, you saw both teams stumble back and forth through the first 3 quarters. Yes, turnovers.
That's what irritated me the most. Is we won the turnover battle.
It didn't matter.
And it
matter.
really didn't matter because we only did one play that was Oregon-like where we got the turnover, offense came out on the field, ran one play, boom, hit it, and then we all thought we were back in the game.
That was the one time I got nervous the whole game.
Yeah, I know you did.
Like I was nervous after that point because
You saw them close the
4
gap.
turnovers.
You saw them close the deficit of 21-7, and you pull it into 20-21.
Yeah.
And you also had a big missed field goal right before the half that honestly could have probably dictated a little bit of the momentum, but didn't matter. It came out.
You guys should have capitalized off that when it was
multiple turnovers were not capitalized. Let's talk about last week when we played FSU.
Yeah.
We scored off every turnover. When it was
21-17, you guys are coming down after you guys get
toasty off this
You guys
Pilsner.
get lucky enough to get another little random fumble. Jameis Winston did it last week. You get another one. I'm thinking these guys are going to come in and take the lead. No, you guys kick a field goal, and then Ohio State comes marching down with that. I think his name is, what's his name again?
What's that dude's name?
I think it's Ezekiel Elliott. I think I told you.
You got some stats for Ezekiel? Because I do if you don't got him. That guy ran us over.
36 times.
Yep.
246 yards. 4 touchdowns in the chip game.
36 carries, 246 yards, 4 touchdowns, 4 TDs in the national championship. That definitely was a record.
The first
by a
one
long
was
shot,
the
I'm
best.
pretty sure.
The first one was the best. It set the tone. Because I don't know how he sliced in there.
I don't know. There was a couple slices.
Those little crevices.
The 33-yard scramble.
Yeah.
Oh, it was an amazing run.
Filthy.
That was exciting. I mean, that run was the best, and the second best one of the night was when Cardell Jones, a.k.a. 12 Gate, runs over your defensive tackle. I mean, just straight Madam trucked him all to the ground. When he get that first down,
this is the longest 10 minutes I'm ever have to endure with this show.
And you know what? Like, you guys have had the same problems. Same problems over the years. You guys are a great offense. You can have explosive plays, but when you have to go against those big time schools with big time offensive line.
Do you not feel Florida State had a big
I'm pretty sure we went up against a big line last week.
Everybody was down in Oregon. You can attest to that. Everybody in Oregon was down on Florida State.
I can attest that Oregon has had a makeshift line the entire year, both on the O and D line. I can attest to that.
You guys were
and we still beat a Florida State team that was ranked in, I'm pretty sure
they
the
were
top.
not. Don't give credit to Florida State.
Oh,
you guys were
discounting. Hey, you're saying that we can't go up against a big line. We did go up against a big line. It's just tough that when it's a week later, you're going up against the same line that just walked all over Alabama.
It was, I don't know if you guys watch, Merrill Hodge, there was a seal and there was an alley.
I don't want to hear about the goddamn seal and the alley anymore.
Okay.
We all watched it.
Let's talk about
it.
There were some other good performances.
Zeke
definitely carried the game. And when things got tight, if Zeke wasn't handed the ball, 12 gauge did his thing. Yeah, 12 gauge did his thing. Okay.
Loaded up and ready to fire.
But I do not want to take away from Marcus Mariota's Heisman season. He still put up 333 yards, 2 touchdowns. I know there was that fluky interception at the end of the game, but you can't put it on him.
Hold up. He got his Heisman. He had all this shine during the year. He does not deserve any shine right now because Heisman Trophy candidate, the Heisman Trophy winner, did not look like the best player on the field. He actually looked like the third best player. Because I take Ezekiel Elliott. I'm pretty sure.
Don't tell me you would take Cardell Jones over him.
No. Are drooling over Cardell Jones right now.
We're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that.
The better player on the field that I was comfortable with Mr. Jones.
You really think so?
I was comfortable with Mr. Jones.
I know he's comfortable with Mr. Jones. All Mr. Jones had to do was doze through people.
You mixed out some of your wide receivers.
Go for the legs. What are you doing trying to tackle a 250-pound beast up top? You ain't gonna bring the man down up top.
Hold on. Is Mariota is probably the fastest quarterback in college football, right?
Okay.
You would say that. Where was his legs? When was there any point in that game?
There was more designed run plays for him than there have been in a long time.
Get on my back and let's go.
He basically carried the offense that whole game. Besides Tyner's good running in the first half,
Tyner had some great runs. Hold on. Let's not take away from Byron Marshall. He had 8 receptions for 170 yards and 1 touchdown. That's an impressive game as a receiver who used to be your number 2 running back.
2 for 12 on third downs.
But
that is directly associated to the quarterback. And if you're an NFL quarterback. If you're an NFL quarterback, there was a couple drop passes.
There's 2 on third down.
There was some missed throws.
3 on third down.
3 on third down. Okay.
2 pivotal.
Where was the other?
I'd say 2 pivotal.
2 for 12 is terrible. It's terrible. You can't win a football game like that.
I'm not disagreeing with that you guys outplayed us. I'm just saying you cannot blame that on Mariota.
All right. Okay, well, we're gonna take a quick break. We're gonna come back and we're gonna keep talking the national championship. We're also gonna talk about draft stocks for the 2 quarterbacks that featured in the game, if by chance they end up in the draft. Okay, I'm gonna get out of here before I lose it. We'll be right back on Rose City Sports Talk.
We are just getting started.
Somebody hit him.
Somebody hit him. Just getting started, Portland. What's up? Go on, go ahead.
I kind of like this multitask.
Bring it back up. Bring it back up. Say what you was gonna say. Say what your chest.
To say that. All right, welcome back to Rose City Sports Talk. Bryce Trost sitting alongside this Ohio State sporting Buckeye fan, Anwar Jones.
Feeling good, feeling great.
And our audio engineer,
feeling great. How
Jacob
are you?
Hummel. No, I'm not encouraging you tonight. I'm not encouraging you tonight.
Hey, I don't need no encouragement.
We're on opposite pages tonight.
Can I tell you, I was at Spirit 77 as the sole Buckeye fan in your home, Portland. That's where I was at. And held it down. My Buckeyes tore down the spot.
They did.
We shut down Eugene. I heard Eugene bars was closing down.
They did. They closed down early. Our guy Big Mo last night was actually supposed to do a performance
Ohio State
with
was
Big
burning
Mo.
buildings.
With Tope. Yeah, Ohio State.
Not buildings, but trash cans.
They got a little crazy.
Couches.
They got a little
couches
crazy.
a little bit.
But let's be honest. If that happened in Eugene, it'd probably be just as crazy.
No one's doing that in Eugene. Come on.
They wouldn't be burning couches. They'd be burning the Buckeye tree, the one that was planted on campus years
burning
ago.
trees.
There was actually a Buckeye tree planted on campus years ago. Most people don't realize that.
Was it?
Yep.
It's poisonous.
Cut that thing down.
And we was poisonous to y'all.
So before we jump back in and talk more about the game itself, I definitely want to give another shout to the guy providing the score tonight. Samurai Music. You can check him out, samuraimusic.com, as well as rosecitysportstalk.com. If you are an artist or a producer and you'd like to be featured on Rose City Sports Talk or help score an episode, definitely hit us up. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or just rosecitysportstalk.com. We want to hear your beats. Okay.
I got a question for Anwar, real quick.
Let's hear it.
So you're telling me that you would pick Cordell Jones in the draft over Marcus Mariota? That's basically what you just said.
We were having this
segment.
conversation earlier.
This guy
and that is a ridiculous statement.
This guy is 6'5", 240.
Okay.
Identical to a guy named Ben Roethlisberger. And did he not look Ben Roethlisberger?
Oh, my favorite.
On that,
my
I know
favorite.
it's your guy. But
favorite.
His escapability in the pocket was amazing. He's trucking over your guys. That big fourth down conversion where there's big pile up
in the NFL, he's not getting away from those guys.
He has a cannon for an arm.
Very true.
He sat in the pocket. Now,
his accuracy is to be determined.
Oh, hold on. He's throwing 60% for his passes when he's been in the games. Against Alabama, his man-to-man defense, he shredded them. Against zone defense, which you guys run, shredded them again.
You didn't.
240.
You had a few good throws, but other than that, he threw behind Dargan with a one-handed catch.
He should have caught.
That was freakish. And that definitely was not a good Jones
interception
throw right there.
that he threw was on the wide receiver's.
Well, that was a fluke. Yeah, it wasn't his fault.
It
I'm
wasn't
saying
his
that
fault.
was his fault.
Can you think of any situation when Cordell Jones did not step up to the plate? He looks poised.
Yeah, he was pretty beastly.
I will say he does look very poised.
Okay, here's the question. We're saying this. We're giving him all these compliments. I gotta ask you.
Go ahead.
You're giving him compliments. I'm agreeing with you. I'm giving him compliments. Here I am. I'm heated. I'm sweating here. I'm so angry talking about this. But yes, 12 gauge. I'm giving him the props.
Say his name.
So let's have that carry over to a draft. What if from his 4 games? 4 games this dude played.
3 games.
3 games?
He started 3 games.
Oh, yeah.
And that's the
championship.
All championship games.
Okay, so he wins 3 championship games in a row.
Amazing.
Condensed down to the last 3 games of your season. After coming in and replacing not one Heisman candidate QB, but 2.
Third stringer.
So if he goes into the draft, do you think he's even got a chance in the first and second round? Because to me, I'm seeing third. I'm seeing
fourth round at best.
He's saying that he's not ready.
He's not ready.
The NFL teams are drooling over this guy because
and they're idiots.
He has a cannon for an arm. He's poised in the pocket.
Yeah.
He can scramble out and get the first downs. He could do everything that you want to do.
There's just a complete different level of speed, like average speed in the NFL.
I'm going to tell you this, Anwar.
Look at his intangible. Look at that arm. He can make every NFL throw. He is the prototypical size plus some.
In a college football.
Look at what this guy stepped in on the Big Ten Championship. Huge game.
He has great demeanor. I'm not gonna debate that.
3 touchdowns. Comes in and beats Roll Tide. Then comes in on the national stage.
I still think he needs 1 more year.
No,
Wins another one.
he doesn't
year.
need one more year. He relied on a running back to win him those
No,
three
no.
games.
Ooh,
That guy
come
carried
on.
the whole. Are you serious? He ran for over 200 yards.
He set
You
a
really
championship
think
record by
that
a
if-
long shot. 4 touchdowns.
It was.
If
look,
we stopped him,
I am-
he would not been able to beat us
There is
by himself.
There is
way.
no way in hell I am taking away from anything Ezekiel Elliott did. That dude is a monster.
He killed it.
But at the same time, our third stringer, if this guy didn't produce the way he did, there's no way we would have been able to compete
I'm
with
not
Oregon
taking that away from him.
And be
Exactly. I'm not taking the
I'm
game
just
away
saying.
from Jones. I'm agreeing with Jake in saying that
Put it on his
Ezekiel-
shoulders. It's not
16
going to
and
happen.
23,
Yeah.
242 yards and a touchdown, and countless third down conversions.
Okay.
Fourth down conversions. There
On
was
his
three-
legs.
there was
Yeah. So we know
legs
Jones.
and arms.
So we know Jones.
talking
Against
NFL.
Alabama, he had 9 first downs, 6 through the arm, 3 by his legs.
I understand that, but
He
we
has
are talking
everything.
NFL
Caliber.
And
caliber.
speaking of NFL,
he will get
speaking of
those,
NFL,
those dudes are big.
his stock is
And
going
fast.
up. Mariota's stock
Okay.
is going
Okay. So that's good.
down.
Good segue. Good segue. So we talked
That's the
about
talk.
Jones and his draft stock.
Stupid reaction.
If there is, let's talk about Mariota,
Mm-hmm.
the Heisman winner, who again put up 333 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 interception right at the end of the game.
24 for 37.
Empty.
24 for 37.
And
not great by
They're
Mariota
pretty
standards,
numbers.
but the same.
They look good.
In a national championship game, yes, I think they do look good. So tell me, how does his draft stock
What did
drop?
your eyes tell you? Did you see a guy that struggled against a pro style defense with
I saw a guy
he struggled
who
completing
looked to
first
his
round.
weapons as he should, and when it needed, when the momentum would pick up,
Drop.
they let him
I
down.
mean, come
they
on.
let
There
him
was a
down.
couple- there was a couple
I'm-
drops.
There was a couple. The tight end, the tight end chuck to the side that could have been 7.
Stanford.
No. I'm talking about Mariota did have a couple overthrown passes. Of course, yeah, I can admit that.
Oh, there was-
But
yeah.
On third
there
down,
were
I saw him throw 3.
there were way more
bad passes.
essential drops in terms of momentum and where we were going or trying to get to in terms of initially with the lead and then later in the game in terms of
okay.
trying to take the lead back. You dropping balls.
Just tell me this.
It's
Tell me
not.
this. Answer me this.
I'm answering.
You look at Cardell Jones. He
Yep.
had plenty of impact. There's a lot of plays in that game.
He didn't have 333
that you
yards in the air. He didn't have 333 yards in the air.
You
I'm
can
sorry.
go ahead. You could go ahead and have those empty
Against
numbers
as you say, is
but
against
answer-
your
but answer-
NFL ready defense.
Okay.
That's what you
okay.
said?
Okay, so he had 33 yards.
Yeah.
That's what he had.
2 touchdowns.
So how many memorable plays, really truly impact plays, can you remember
Marshall.
from Mariota?
Marshall. That
one
one
play.
yeah.
No,
Yeah.
and
One
it would have
play.
been Stanford if he would have caught the ball.
Yeah.
One play.
That was a
Yeah.
scramble out.
Yeah.
How
They
many
throw
plays did
off
Cardell
his front
Jones-
leg, and he dropped it.
Where was the impact of
That was the
Mariota?
impact. He dropped the
It was
ball.
early,
dropped
but that
the
was
ball.
early in the game.
Did you not see him running
They
too?
dropped the ball.
He was
Come on,
running
man.
with heart, like
Heart.
Cordell Jones was,
30
taking hits.
39 yards rushing, his longest run, the fastest quarterback in college football, 8 yards.
Yeah.
That's not. He didn't even run for a first down.
But that's a defense keying off that. They're looking for him
Keying-
to run.
And so you're the best player in the nation. Who cares? Every game he
Yeah, but
went
I'm
to,
not-
somebody was trying to stop him.
If you look at those stats, though, look at that.
they look awesome.
Cardell Jones had 21 carries and only 38 yards, and his
But
longest
that's-
was 17.
But it's also sacks. Sacks second place, and that's happens with college. Your boy had
Goes
your
both
boy had
ways,
39.
yeah,
your
sacks
boy had
against
39
a
yards.
makeshift line
How many
against
first-
an NFL-ready
Hold on.
defense. Again,
How many first downs did Cardell Jones run for? I know for a fact he ran for 4.
No, he
might have ran for
I'm
more.
not taking
I'm not-
anything away from
again,
him.
yeah, we've already
I'm
said
just
that.
saying,
Impact.
I think
But what it does, doesn't it say something that after this game, there's all these whispers that Mariota
he could
might,
be a freak.
might go back to school.
Well, he wants to go to the graduate
might
program.
not be
Don't
the
dock
number one
him
pick
for
in
that.
the. He went from being the
If
lock.
Mariota wants to go back to school to go through the graduate program
that's
at Oregon,
there's
looking a
nothing
little
wrong
bit
with
too
that.
much into it.
cool,
I
cool.
think.
They've
But
been talking
I
about
do
he's
think
not
he
the
should
number-
go to the NFL.
Yeah,
I
not
do
the
think.
number one
obviously.
pick.
Yeah.
He basically lost the number one pick as well as a national championship.
I'm gonna say
in
this:
one
if
game.
he
Agree to
lost,
disagree.
if he lost
Agree
the
to
number
disagree.
one pick off that game, that is, I mean, I don't think he would have got number 1 anyways, but that is completely ridiculous to
I don't
judge
think he
one
lost draft
game.
stock from the pick. I
Mary
think
one
he, I
game?
think
That's
he lost,
ridiculous.
If anything, he
Okay.
would have lost stock just from the loss.
Objectively, can Mariota make all the throws?
No one's saying that he can.
Can he make all the throws?
No one's saying. You think Cordell Jones can make all the
Yes.
throws? You are, my God.
He has.
Let's move on. Let's move on.
We already talked about one catch earlier tonight that the throw was underthrown. It was a freak and very well caught ball from your receiver, and his receiver had to go back and pin it against.
He made a hell of a catch.
All right, okay.
Don't knock him on that.
All right. So before things get too hot and heavy,
Congratulations to Anwar and his Ohio State.
Shout out to Anwar and Ohio State and all the Buckeye fans.
And I respect you, Ducks.
But as
I respect
always,
the Oregon
go
Ducks. You're a
Ducks.
great team. You guys are gonna win a championship some point.
Good year.
Just get some bigger offensive linemen and defensive ends to deal with everybody else.
Let's
that's
just
the only
say
thing that's holding
thank you
them
to
back.
Mariota.
But
Thank
you guys
you to
are
the
great.
Ducks, Helfridge.
Yeah.
It was a great season.
Great season.
It
Looking forward
was
to next
actually
year.
really
Yeah.
great getting
It
to
was.
be like our 2 favorite teams that
It's
got
awesome.
to play.
It
was
Yes.
kinda freakish.
Great
It
year
was.
of college football.
All right, we're going to take a quick
Perfect.
break here on Rose City Sports Talk. You enjoy yourself, the sounds of samurai music. We will be right back.
Woo!
Toast to the Buckeyes.
Yeah, reset.
I've been happy the whole time.
I know you've been happy the whole time.
All right, welcome back to Rose City Sports Talk. I'm Bryce Trost, sitting alongside my good friend Anwar Jones.
Yeah.
As
Happiest
always,
man in the city.
yeah, happiest man in the city tonight. All right, as always, we're joined by our audio engineer, Jake Hummel, and we got extra help tonight in the house for our visual supervisor. Shout out to Dylan Andrews.
Thank you, Dylan.
Yeah.
Thank you, holding it down.
That's right. Shout
And
it out.
And I know the Buckeyes balled the hammer and put it on the Ducks last.
You better just
I
get
think
into something else.
every segue
I don't
is
want
gonna
to talk
come
about
back
it
to that.
again. I don't want to talk
Hey,
about it.
All
before we
day.
transition into the professional chit chatter, we want to give another shout out to our hydration providers, Burnside Brewery, who you can check out at burnsidebrewing.com,
Yeah,
as
check
well
this
as
out.
Jake enjoying his Ninkasi Otis.
My
from
vanilla
Eugene.
Otis.
Yeah, you're always about the Otis. The
Yeah.
vanilla Otis or just the Otis in
Oh, it's
general?
the
I think you
vanilla
like
Otis.
both. I'm a fan
Burnside's
of
it's really all about.
I think it is only vanilla Otis.
it is the vanilla Otis, yeah.
Is there a normal just Otis?
I think so.
Oh.
Yeah.
Then
I
I've drank
don't
it
know.
on a night that I couldn't remember, and it was good.
It was good. I'm enjoying my Pilsner from Deschutes out of Bend. I've definitely been sipping on some Deschutes for probably about like 10 years now.
Oh.
Nah, you going in.
NikasiBrewing.com, by the way.
Okay,
Go
good
see
look.
it.
Good look.
And
yeah.
Burnside.
Send me some Otis.
Yeah, Burnsidebrewing.com.
I mean,
yeah.
it's a great street.
You know,
what can't you get on Burnside?
If you haven't figured it out, Anwar definitely loves his IPAs, but he loves his IPAs with a nice, sexy label.
Kind of like this one right here.
Yeah, Burnside's India Pale Ale.
She's positioned.
She's real pretty.
I'm gonna keep that to myself.
That's why it's an adult show.
That's right, because Anwar is a fan of face down, up.
Hey,
all right.
Use your imagination.
Okay, let's jump in. Let's talk NFL. We got to see some pretty exciting games. Let's start with Seattle and the Panthers. Seahawks, Panthers.
Seahawks.
You give me the look because
I almost forgot about that game because
you're caught up on your Buckeyes still. I know.
No, I was caught up on those
Dallas.
Yeah,
we'll get there. I'm gonna end on that. Let's talk about
Legion of Boom on that game.
The Legion of Boom.
Yep.
Those guys. I mean, is there any better team in the league right now? They look way better than anybody.
I hate to say it too, because I'm not a big.
Here's my question and theory for the last 3 years straight, and you have to agree with me. The NFC Championship has pretty much been for the marbles. Can you agree?
It has.
All the marbles.
It's usually been the best.
You win the NFC
game.
Championship, you're going to go in to the Super Bowl and pick up the W. I'm not saying that the Harbaugh battle, Baltimore versus San Francisco a couple years ago, was
that was a great Super Bowl.
That was a great Super Bowl.
That was one of the
By
more
no means was
ones.
that an easy
that
Super Bowl.
blackout and everything, and then for them to come right back into the game.
That was great.
But I feel sorry for Cam, man. Cam Newton.
I don't feel
like,
tell me about it. I do too.
I'm a Duck fan. I don't feel sorry for Cam Newton.
I'm a Duck fan. I like Cam Newton. You know what? I liked Cam Newton before, like that year before. I watched him the whole year and he just had to play the Ducks, and now I'm an outcast because I like Cam Newton.
There was so much drama with Cam Newton before he played the Ducks. His father literally basically.
Hey, man. But you
talent
agree,
on the field.
You
is what
agree
I like.
that these players should get paid. Look how much money these college playoffs, and that's all he did. You know, his pops. I mean,
he did it a roundabout way.
Okay, a roundabout way.
Okay, so
but they didn't get caught. But like Cam, struggled in that game and. He tried. I mean, he played hard. He did what he could. But that defense was too good.
How do we get back to both
man.
of our championship games here?
Always. Yeah. It'll keep coming back every time. Okay. So
Cam Chancellor, did you see when he jumped over the line? On the field
goal?
Twice.
Not once, but twice.
Timed it twice.
One of
those.
He needs to get one. You've actually got some stats there for us. Who would you say in terms of Seattle? Because you're reading lots of names, but who would you say was offensively their biggest weapon right now?
I mean, offensively, it starts in Edgewood. I think Marshawn Lynch. I think he sets the tempo for that.
Yes, he does.
But Russell. Hey,
let me quote Marshawn real quick. I'm thankful. That was the greatest interview.
Hey, Marshall, how do you think you played today?
The best part of that is he looks at the reporters is like, you guys want to do this again?
He even asked him, you got to try this again. We're going to try this again?
Is this happening?
Yeah,
this is happening.
But I think it starts with him. But Russell he extends the plays. He keeps those first downs going. You know, they traded Harvin, but you got Curse coming in there.
Didn't seem to matter.
Having a monster game.
Yep.
They lost Richardson for the season for the ACL. But it seems like it's just the next man up with that team. And the way that defense.
Next man up. Look at you. Everything we say goes back to Oregon, Ohio State. You're next man up. This guy. Okay. Keep going.
We did it 3 times with our third string quarterback, but I digress. The defense, man, it's all about that defense. And when they go against, when you look at the other teams they're going to go against, that pass rush and then that secondary, I mean, it does its thing.
Okay, so what's it going to do?
Richard Sherman is a beast.
Is it going to be able to do its thing against Green Bay?
Of course.
Because Green Bay, let's talk about this now. Green Bay gets away with, and I say gets away.
Should we talk about the game or?
Let's talk about the game.
Preview.
Green Bay grabs a W, a controversial W, from the Cowboys. And let's go back because everybody already knows.
Worst call I've ever seen.
Everybody already knows what we're talking about. If we don't know,
second worst call.
There was a controversial call, and in terms of a reception or lack thereof,
That was a catch.
And
everybody named Mama knows that's a catch.
Speak your piece.
I'm just saying. Go ahead.
I agree. No, I'm 100% right now.
I
agree. I agree. When you catch the ball and you show us at least 2 steps.
I mean, but there was so much.
That's a catch.
There was so much more. Like he catches the ball 2 feet down.
Sorry, who are we talking about?
We're talking about Dez Bryant.
Thank you.
Throw up them X's. Dez Bryant. You catch the ball with 2 feet down. You have the presence of mind to switch the ball to the hand that's closest to the end zone. You get another step, lunge, out for the end zone. Then the ball drops when you do that lunge. If anything, it's a fumble.
I've never been so heated over a Cowboy play. As a Niner fan, when you stand up and argue a Cowboy reception, you know that somebody just got robbed.
And you know what? And speaking of robbed, the fans, everybody, just football fans in general, we all got robbed. Because basically, they're coming in. First of all, that's one of the greatest catches in playoff history.
In Green Bay.
The best catch that never happened now. That's what's going to go down in history as. But that's up in like Lynn Swann type of San Antonio Holmes in the Super Bowl. It's one of the best catches I've ever seen. You take that away. But they were going to score, and Aaron Rodgers is going to have 3-4 minutes to come down and either get a field goal or a touchdown. He's playing one of the games of his life on one leg. And so we got cheated of him coming down and countering that. Like, just don't take away that play. Like, let it go. That was clearly a catch. If anything, the review was for whether or not it was a touchdown or the placement of the ball. Don't take away that. You ruined the whole game, and arguably like the playoffs in the NFC. Like, I don't want to have to think back to like what if, because we were going to see a great Cowboys Seahawks matchup, a rematch of one of the best games of the season. Now we're going to watch a Green Bay game with a hobbled Aaron Rodgers going against a rugged defensive line. He's going to stay in there like sitting ducks. The Cowboys made a mistake by not rushing Rodgers all game.
Yeah,
they sat
especially
back.
An injured Aaron Rodgers, who they admitted was an injured Aaron Rodgers. I cannot believe they did not send the house every couple plays.
And like, I understand, like Aaron Rodgers picks defenses apart off the blitzes, but that's when he uses mobility to get outside the pocket and just throws little darts, and that's all he does. But if he can't get out of the pocket, he was in.
It's efficient.
Yeah, it's efficient, but he was uncomfortable in the pocket.
Yeah,
and you saw that in the first half. He adjusted,
but they let back. They let off.
But they didn't bring that heat.
Yep, they let off.
Seahawks are not going to do that,
and it cost them. After an amazing season, and arguably you've got one of, if not the best running backs in the game right now, I really thought,
hold on to the ball.
DeMarco Murray, hold on to the ball.
Yeah,
that was a touchdown.
That was a touchdown.
Like you.
And again, to build up, like I was just saying, to build up through that whole season in terms of, and then you coming into this game, you know the weight is on your shoulders. We already know what kind of weight Romo was facing. We bash in Romo every week.
Talk about Romo. The balls to throw that pass. That's Sam Cassell.
Yeah.
Balls type of shit.
Sam Cassell.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Big chip.
4th and 2. Throwing downfield like that.
It was impressive.
You threw it where it needed to be, and it gets robbed. Like, it's weird with Romo. Like, he did what he had to do to win the game, but he still gets love. I guess that's Romo.
No. The work was put in, but at the end of the day, it was still Tony Ono, and I love saying it.
It happened.
Okay,
yeah.
so the cards are written. We know what the NFC title game is going to look like. We're going to see Green Bay versus Seattle. We're going to take a quick break. When we get back, we're going to jump into the AFC title game and talk a little bit about the divisional matchups that led into the title game. So, RoseCitySportsTalk.com. Check it out. We'll be right back.
I need more beer.
Amen, brother.
I'm double fisted.
All right, welcome back to Rose City Sports Talk. Bryce Trost, Anwar Jones, Jake the Hammer Hummel. Yeah, they see your Ohio State hat. They see it. They see it. If you're just checking in with us, we've been talking about the NFC and AFC picture, the divisional games leading into the title games. So we covered NFC. We're going to go back there and talk a little bit here in a few minutes about who we think the outcome of that will be. But let's talk about the AFC divisional games. This week we got to see New England versus Baltimore. And I was on a roll this week up until the very end, because I'm pretty sure y'all remember I was adamant that Baltimore, that Joe Flacco,
and I told you
would turn on that playoff switch. And
I told you
he did.
No, he did. He looked good.
That last interception, though, man, you can't. Don't throw off your back. It's 2nd and 5.
I know. Okay.
Check it down, man.
So we see Baltimore fall to New England. You get to see Tom Brady head to his 20th
countless
AFC title
every
game.
Time.
So I want to know, do you think New England showed their full potential against Baltimore?
I mean, they showed their full. Let's cheat a little bit.
Okay, we were gonna get into that, but let's talk about it now. Let's talk about it now because it's perfect. It's perfect.
Throw it out there.
We
just can't get along tonight.
We as Oregon fans love Chip Kelly. We love Chip Kelly. We love his playbook, his misdirection. We also happen to know that Chip Kelly and Bill Belichick happen to be good friends. So this weekend we got to see Bill Belly.
Good offensive minds think alike.
Bill Belly was pulling some moves. He was using as misdirection ineligible receivers. But he was not sending them down. He was using them as blockers. But it was perfect because one jab step forward and then 4 back pedals backwards. It had the defense confused. It was immediately.
It was ridiculous.
You were about to say Bush League.
It was not Bush League. Stop trying to find all these loopholes. Just go line up, man.
It's called the modernization of the NFL game.
Don't try to sneak over here and just find this little advantage, man. Go man to man and win the game.
Anwar just wants to see that boring ground and pound.
No, I mean it's just ridiculous. Like finding these little things that you can do. You want to create deception and everything like that. Gonna announce over the intercom in your stadium, here's the eligible receiver, and then hike it right away. Like it's ridiculous, man. And like they were doing it
at all, actually.
I mean, New England, I gotta give props.
You call it modern belly right there.
14, they were down 14 points twice in this game, and they came back. Didn't matter. But it was just like they're a great team. The New England is there every single year. You don't need to resort to these type of tactics, man. You guys they're smart enough.
These aren't like tactics that someone just thought up.
I'm telling you, this is the modernization of the NFL offense.
This is genius.
There's misdirection.
This is taking down a defense and dissecting it, and
especially a defense
taking the rules.
As Baltimore come playoff time.
We don't
making it work to your advantage.
We don't think we can beat you one-on-one, so we're gonna run these little.
That has nothing to do with it.
We gotta trick you.
It's like war. It's like you take it down to its primitive form, and then you find the loopholes.
You know what?
And then you exploit the loopholes.
I'm glad.
What's wrong with that?
I'm glad you said war. I know you probably like
football
you probably like Game of Thrones. Who doesn't like Game of Thrones out here?
I actually have not watched a single episode of Game of Thrones.
Do you watch Game of Thrones?
Of course,
he knows. You know what I'm talking about. Bill Belichick is the King Slayer. That's what he is. He'll stab the king.
Don't ruin it for me, dude. Don't ruin it for me, bro.
He basically compared him to the dude who's banging on his sister.
Yeah, pretty much.
Not cool.
Pretty much. That's Bill
I know nothing about
Bill
this,
Belly,
but it's not
if you're checking out Rose City Sports
King
Talk,
Slayer, that's what I'm calling you. That's your nickname.
Okay, let's slide on over to the other AFC game, which was definitely pretty much what I expected. It was sad.
No, it was
sad. Was that really what you expected?
Yeah. Yes.
No.
We talked about new versus old last week,
and I told you were stupid to think that the Colts defense could stop
Peyton Manning.
Denver, and I look like an idiot now because obviously they did.
They did.
I did throw out that stat.
I'll eat my words. I'll eat my words on that one.
I'll take half of the gratitude from it and the victory, because I did just find out that
shout out to Entourage.
Peyton was injured
Don't.
No,
come
no,
on.
no.
That's
No,
bullshit
no.
coming out.
Okay.
Anwar,
Maybe
I know you believe.
I'm
I know
just
you
saying
believe.
that
That's
because I
bullshit
respect.
coming out afterwards.
Okay, so I'm just saying that because I respect the guy. But yes, I did
Yeah.
call
We all
that
respect
Andrew
the guy.
Luck would definitely being the modern Peyton Manning come out and finally get his W.
Last week, I threw out that number there. He's gotten knocked out 8 times.
Yep.
First game, right?
Yep.
And he did it again.
We've talked about it
And
multiple times on the show.
You're watching the game, and you're going in there. He marches down first possession. You're like, okay, it's gonna be a shootout.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, you see him throwing duck after duck after duck, and just no arm strength. He's throwing all these underneath passes.
Again, when
and it
you
was
find out
sad
that the
watching
guy's
him
injured,
play.
not just that he can't put any pressure on his back leg. I
But
mean, that's
wasn't
going to
it-
affect
but-
the power on your
but
pass.
I don't wanna hear that
I'm not
after a
taking
game.
it away. Of course,
This-
I wanted the Colts to win. The Colts won. Andrew Luck was the better quarterback, but I'm also saying Andrew Luck was the healthier quarterback.
Hold on, man. This phantom quad injury, I don't want it. I don't
Get
want to
him,
hear
Anwar.
it. I don't want to hear it, man, because all I saw is
Shut up, Jake. Just
what
think
I've
about the
seen
Ducks.
over and over again throughout Peyton Manning's career is that when it comes to playoff time, he just disappears. He is the best quarterback. He chokes. He's the best quarterback we've ever seen in the regular season.
I
playoff time
love
comes
the dude.
around.
I love the dude, but
And yeah, you gotta respect. He's a class act.
The stats show it, man, and it's
And-
hard.
Okay.
Were
Stand-up
you
guy.
not dumb? Were you not dumbfounded watching this because you've watched for 17 weeks? This guy looked incredible.
He did.
And then
So here's my question.
play up the Colts defense.
Yeah.
And
boy.
And this is my
That's
theory.
why
my
we'll
theory-
segue here in a sec. but
Can I
go.
just throw out my
Yep.
theory
Yeah,
with
yeah.
Peyton Manning? He has a great mind. Russell Crowe mind, beautiful mind. You want to call it like that. Offensive
Oh, you
coordinator.
got bars?
Offensive
You got bars?
coordinator. Offensive coordinator for his own team.
Producers, hit up Anwar.
You know, so this guy every year he calls his own plays, everything. But there's always a couple of defenses that can stop him.
Yep.
You know, Bill Belichick, with the New England.
you were
the
just talking shit about Bill
The
Belly.
Ravens. He knows how to game plan. He's a great coach.
Seattle.
He doesn't need all those little deceptive tactics. But
No
whatever.
one's coming through Seattle.
Or Seattle too with the physical defense. Somebody that can get you off his system and get you off those timing routes and everything like that with Peyton Manning. You can do that. You can stop him. But isn't it something? He tries to outsmart everybody with his own offensive philosophy, but he can't outsmart a whole defense. All these defensive coordinators, all these 10 minds are better than one.
Agreed.
And I think he should have used help from other places, from his team, from his offensive coordinators, everything like that, to make it happen. I think when it comes to playoff time, they just confuse him.
Yeah.
And then they can
Throw
run
too
the
much at
same.
him.
They can run the same type. The physicalness. Something happens in playoff time where they just scheme to stop Peyton Manning. And who
Just
are the
overcomplicate things.
and the Colts? Of course, they're a team that can out. They know Peyton Manning.
Okay,
they
so
know his weaknesses.
With those compliments, let's do a quick, because we got just a little bit of
Chokes
time. Let's do a quick prediction.
Let's go.
The Colts also know Tom Brady pretty well, but how well do you
They got
ever
tore
know
up by Tom
Bill
Brady.
Belichick?
Bill,
What's the outcome of the
They're
AFC title game?
they're gonna smash.
Well,
all
the
those
last
guys.
time that New England played the
Speaking-
Colts,
Yes.
Week 11, they got tore the F up. Like, they got killed.
And you remember last
did.
year too in the playoffs?
Yeah.
What happened there? They got tore up.
Okay,
Man.
so is it pretty cut and dry? We're
Patriots.
calling Patriots AFC
I
title
gotta go
game.
I'm
Pats
throwing,
on this.
I'm
I gotta
throwing
go
out there
Pats.
45-24.
Well, honestly, I would be surprised.
I'm gonna give you.
if
I'm gonna
Indy
give
put up
you
24.
I'm gonna give you
Let's
a
get
little.
the,
No. I'll give you
New England-
24 just because they believe now. And
Okay.
it's the
Yeah.
playoffs.
Okay.
You've won a
Okay.
game. You believe a little bit more. 24, I will give you, but man, I think it's gonna be more like 53. Or,
Gas
I
pedal.
think
Seahawks.
they're gonna get
Okay.
them. I think.
Seahawks,
What
I think
about
Green Bay?
Belichick
yeah? What
doesn't
about
even care.
NFC, Jake? Give me a quick NFC.
NFC, I think it's going to be no doubt the Hawks. I think the Hawks are going to walk all over them like they did the first game of the year. I think it's going to be more. I mean, I think it'll be 36-14, something like that.
Okay.
Something-
36-14 Seattle.
Not even close. I think it's not even going to be close.
What you got for me?
Seahawks 38. Green Bay 24.
Wow.
You're gonna give them 20.
You're giving Green Bay a lot of credit.
I'm giving them 20.
And I really want to see Green Bay put up 24.
I think Aaron Rodgers is still scared of Sherman. I think he's still scared of Sherman.
I don't think it's going to happen.
And I think he's scared of Chancellor.
I'm going to go ahead and say Green Bay is going to only put up 14 and that Seattle's going to put on 30 plus. Let's say 38.
Yep, so me and Bryce agree.
Yeah. It's going to be just
bang, bang. It can happen.
I think it's going to be stupid.
All right, so we're going to take another quick break on Rose City Sports Talk. When we come back, we're definitely going to do a quick prediction. Let's say if our two picks decide and come through, Seattle and New England. What will that
let's talk
Super
about
Bowl
that for a
picture
minute.
going to look like? All right, we'll be right back on Rose City
Throw it
Sports
out
Talk.
there.
Be sure to check us out, rosecitysportstalk.com. Give a big shout out to Samurai Music, who you can also check out at rosecitysportstalk.com, as well as samuraimusic.com. We will be right back.
And don't forget to keep them down.
Hey, welcome back to Rose City Sports Talk. Want to give a big shout out to our scoring producer for the evening, Samurai Music. You can check him out at samuraimusic.com, as well as on iTunes. He just released a production album called Best in Class. It's got all kinds of names on it, not just from Portland, but just kind of all over. Jay Pinder, MC Lars, Hanif, Ardu Big Mo, world champion freestyler Immaculate, Topu's getting all kinds of national love right now. Yeah, so shout out to Samurai. Definitely check him out.
How's Hanif doing out in New York?
Hanif's doing great. You can actually check Hanif out this coming week, I believe, on Hot 97.7.
Hot 97.
Go get some.
Yeah, Hot 97. He's going to be there live, I'm pretty sure. He was here a couple weeks ago. I'm not sure if you guys caught it, but he did a pop-up show downstairs at Kelly's Olympian to help support KPSU and We Out Here magazine. It was a hot little set. It was a lot of fun. Gotta love when Neef rolls into town and shows love.
Go get some.
Definitely.
Love the dude.
But yeah, man,
Good
again,
dude.
Back to Samurai, lots of names on that bad boy. If you are a producer and you're interested in scoring an episode of Rose City Sports Talk, we're all about it. Hit us up, rosecitysportstalk.com, or on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all over the place. Send us a link. We want to hear what you're working with. We'd love to have you in here.
Keep giving them heat rockers.
Heat rockers. Speaking of heat, I'm warm tonight, and then speaking of warm, it's because of my Pilsner from Deschutes Brewery out of Bend, Oregon. I love Deschutes. I mean, it's about 10 years deep for me, but I know Jake's is just a bigger fan. He's been sipping on some Ninkasi tonight, and he just switched it up. What are you sipping on now, Jake?
Got that Bridgeport now.
Okay,
Oh, there we go.
nice.
The hammer gets it in.
That Aussie Salute IPA.
Oh, okay, yeah, nice. Bridgeport getting love too.
And I salute
kinds
to the
of Portland.
ladies all day,
Yeah,
every day.
and Anwar is enjoying that IPA from Burnside as well.
Yeah.
All kinds of love here. If you are a local brewery and you want to come on, especially brewmasters,
Fun to me.
Yeah, hit us
Fun
up.
to me.
We'd love to talk the science of brewing. We want to talk about your latest brews. We definitely would love to taste them, right?
Yeah.
I know Jake's over here drilling. Hit us up, rosecitysportstalk.com, and all the other official social media links. Okay, let's jump back in real quick. We're gonna make a quick NFL / Super Bowl prediction. We've already talked about what the AFC and NFC title games are gonna look like. We also talked about who we thought would be the winners. We said Seattle, obviously coming out of the NFC, and then we said
New England.
Can I say this?
Yeah.
I forgot like early season. Like I predicted Seahawks versus the Colts. You remember that? Like
Yeah, you did.
I did. So you know what? I'm switching.
We'll have to go back and find
did.
that.
No, I did.
definitely
I really did.
did.
So
Yeah.
I'm,
Really?
Yeah.
I'm switching picks. I'm going for my pick.
And then I
Let's
talked
go.
a bunch of crap and
Let's go,
said that
Colts.
Andrew Luck wasn't going to be able
So,
to.
so wait.
dumping
You're
shit.
taking Colts over New England.
No. He
I'm-
said. It's
No,
like,
no,
that's
no. Let
hard.
him say it. Let him say
I'm
it.
gonna say it with my chest.
Say it with chest.
Colts.
Beat New England. Just say
wow.
Colts beat New England.
Okay.
I said it.
Okay, so we just changed it up. Okay, so
I said it with a pectoral, not my full
who,
chest.
Yeah.
who wins?
One
Okay.
peck.
Okay. Just a theory. If your Indianapolis Colts beat New England and
Yep.
Bill Belichick,
Which they will.
How are they going to fare against Seattle?
Nobody's
Because
beating
we're all
Seattle.
okay.
The
that's what I
Seahawks
thought.
are the
That's what I
Legion
thought.
of Boom.
It's pretty much settled.
They're gonna be
Seattle
the
wins the
champs.
NFC title. They're also going to go on to
Well,
the Super
it
Bowl.
sounds
and
like
clean
Anwar
up.
is saying, yeah, Seattle wins the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. If
We're
Seattle
saying
wins
repeat.
the NFC,
We're saying repeat.
Yeah, we're
Repeat.
saying repeat. We're saying repeat. As a
Okay.
Niner fan, that's
I think
pretty
it's
hard
Can't
to
believe
say.
those words are
I think
coming
it's
out
that
your
time.
mouth.
It's that time, man.
Is that time? What time is it for?
To keep them loud.
Okay, all right. Well, we're
it
gonna
is.
slide over.
That's what
We're
it
done
is.
talking NFL, and as
Sorry.
Anwar just let you know, we're gonna talk NBA,
Gotta let it
and
be
we're gonna
known.
start with
This is where we
Anwar's
fight again.
Keep 'em
I feel
low
like we
rankings.
fight every
You know
time.
what? And you know what? The keep them low rankings. You
Please
know,
tell me we have a new number one tonight.
there's been a lot of criticism, and I've been waiting to like argue like with the whole premise.
Yeah, please do.
But you know what? No one came with me, and I ended up arguing with myself.
Okay.
And I've looked at the San Antonio Spurs, and they've had too many injuries.
Yep.
Kawhi Leonard's been out.
So this is the
Tony
night, folks.
Parker
This is the night.
has been in and out of the
Jake's
lineup.
stoked. Jake's
and
stoked.
I just can no longer make the argument that they should be number one.
Thank
so I mean, I
God.
gave my respect all of 2014 to the Spurs,
We're hearing it.
and
Okay,
they're bumped out.
All right, hold on,
they're
hold on.
bumped out.
Let's
I
go
wanna know.
from
It's that
5
time.
up.
Let's
Let's go from 5
yeah,
up.
let's start with.
It's
I'm
a-
excited now.
So
Everybody's excited.
it's number.
What's number 5?
Number 5, we're breaking out Memphis.
Okay.
Memphis, I'm saying
Okay.
and usually I go with the eye test with this. They're 5-5 in their last game, in their last 10 games. So
They're sitting at 26 and 11.
they're still up there.
Yeah.
But it's the fact that they just really upgraded their roster to get Jeff Green for Tayshaun Prince. Tayshaun Prince
Yep.
was bringing that team down with all the corner threes
tired.
that he would pass
Tired
up or
old man.
miss. Like he just looked like a scrub. Jeff Green he's not a number one player.
Tell us how you feel.
But he can be a number 4. He can be my 4th option.
Okay.
5th option on the team. That's dynamic. So
that's
that addition with those guys inside, and then the Conley mastering the point guard position. Number 5 right there.
Yeah, I don't agree,
Solid.
but okay. Well, it's number 4.
Number 4, we got Chicago Bulls.
You were okay.
Chicago Bulls.
I'll take that.
I mean, did you not see Pau Gasol drop 46 against Milwaukee?
I
did.
Look like the Pau Gasol.
Pau
Gasol. I keep on saying best free agent pickup of the year.
Found the youth.
Found in the youth. He's rejuvenated over there.
I guarantee you Pau was hurting the next morning, but that was a beautiful performance.
Oh, it was amazing.
And every Chicago fan at that moment said,
thank you.
It's second, third round or bust right now, because if he's doing this and our point guard is slowly gaining that speed and that health, obviously we've been knocking on wood for Derrick Rose all year.
And he sat out. And speaking of that, he sat out a couple games this week.
Being smart.
Just keeping it cool.
Yep. Pulling
that's because they
pulling the Kobe and the LeBron.
Don't even get me started on that dude, man.
They have 3 All-Stars
Moving
on their team besides Derrick Rose. Because Butler's an All-Star. Gasol is hands down an All-Star. You should start. And Noah,
love the energy.
Yeah.
Always
Love me
gonna
some
have
Noah.
the fire.
Love me some
Always
Noah.
gonna have the fire. Okay.
And then you add on Derrick Rose.
I don't
That's
agree
why
with number
they're
5.
number 4.
I do agree with number 4. Let's hear number 3, and you better choose wisely. Guy.
Number 3. We're going with the Golden State Warriors.
This
Yes.
You know what that means, though.
Golden State.
You know what that means.
And Golden State, I like everything. I like everything that
Where's
they do.
that splash?
I
Where's
love
that splash?
Splash Brothers.
Golden State sitting at 29-5.
Yeah, best record in the league.
30-5. They
Best
won
record.
tonight.
Excuse me. You're right.
They won
30-5.
Second
Klay
team
Thompson,
to hit
you see
30.
Klay? You see
No
Klay
offense.
dropped the 40. He dropped the 40 ball.
He did.
And so they're doing what they have to do. Only thing with Golden State is it's their big man. I know Bogut's coming back. They're inserting him back into the starting lineup.
Yep, he's supposed to come
I'm
back.
just sometimes when I watch that team, I know they can play any style. I love how they can attack on the defensive end with those wing players. They can switch everything, and they can really offensively they can play any style of ball. But big men in the playoffs, I'm just worried. So until they really get another backup big man, I'm kind of holding out my reservations.
So you got number 5, we've got Memphis. Number 4, you've got Chicago. Number 3, you've got Golden State and the Splash Brothers. Number 2, we got about a minute left. Let's hear number 2, and then we're gonna take a quick break.
Number 2, we got we have Portland.
Yes, we do.
Okay.
Give it to me.
I finally gave Portland some
RipCity.
love. And the thing about why I have Portland at
he's
number
finally giving Portland some love.
At number 2 is that they have the type of ball that you need
Say his name.
to win
Say his
playoff
name.
games.
You say his name.
Say his name.
Awesome. We do this.
There you go.
We do this.
Lillard
Game time.
There you go.
Game time,
Okay.
Lillard
Good,
time,
good,
whatever
good.
you want to call it. When it comes down to it, they have when on the court, they have the 2 best players on the court at any given time. And especially when it's crunch time. Lillard is the best player in the league right now.
Hands down to make a shot.
Last
And
2
I will
minutes,
tell you right now,
quarter.
too.
I'm loving hearing this from him.
I'm
loving this. I'm loving this.
I'm a Laker fan.
Yeah,
He dunked on all of us. He dunked on LA. He dunked on Hollywood. He dunked on Jack Nickel. He dunked on everybody.
I will tell you this
that
as
game.
well. When buckets are hard to find, Aldridge makes that impressive shot every time.
He does.
It's
You'd think
you see
that,
him jump
but
back
if you
and
look
then
at the
it's just
stats
swish.
actually
And then
right
throw it
now
to
in the
Lillard.
last 30 days, the last 60 days, Lillard has been the go-to
Well, of course.
game
I'm not
time
saying
bucket
he's not.
hitter. You've
I'm
actually
saying in the
Aldridge has
dog.
only hit
Can I-
1 of 8 of those
Whenever-
game time buckets.
I'm not
whereas
talking
Lillard-
about game
when we
time
think of-
buckets. I'm not talking about game time buckets. I'm talking about
and that's not taking anything
middle of
away
the third
from
quarter.
Longhorns, LaMarcus Aldridge. I'm all
middle
for
of the
it.
fourth quarter when we
I
haven't
still
got a
think we have
bucket.
the strongest 1-4 in the game.
Can I just
Exactly.
say
When
this?
we
Can I
haven't got
say
a
this?
bucket, he hits a bucket.
Yeah.
He
When
hits
I-
another bucket, and then it's Dame time.
Yeah.
And then, he sets that up.
It's not the same play, but I compare to it in my mind. But Aldridge's back down, off dribble, switch hand,
can't
turn
guard
around
it.
Yeah,
fader.
that is-
it
that is
reminds me of Dirty
not guard
Dirk.
it.
Dirty Dirk
Oh,
8
yeah.
years ago when he first
You
came
know-
in. he'd go out and hit that bar.
Can I throw this out there? It's like a mixture of Dirk and Akeem because he kind of shakes with you. But just goes a little spin play.
Like, and he does that off dribble where he's leaving it.
He also did that.
You don't even know.
He also does that over under. Yeah. You know, like he'll shake you up and go right under.
Like, filthy. Shout out to LA. Shout out to the Longhorns.
And one more thing, when I think of Damian Lillard, I think of cold-blooded.
He's as cold as ice.
Yeah, he's going to pull that trigger no matter what. Okay, we're going to take a quick break. When we get back, we're going to jump into Anwar's number one in the Keep 'em Low rankings. We will be back here on Rose City Sports Talk. Stay put.
Keep 'em low. Down.
All right, welcome back to Rose City Sports Talk. Bryce Trost, Anwar Jones, Jake the Hammer Hummel, chilling in the audio booth, keeping us all pretty. And again, if you're enjoying the sounds behind the scenes,
hat.
that's
an ugly hat you got on.
That's Samurai Music. You can check him out at samuraimusic.com. He's the scoring producer for the evening. If you're interested, hit us up. We'd love to feature your production on the show. All right. Okay. Before we took a break, we were talking about Anwar's
Keep 'em low.
That's right. The Keep 'em Low rankings, where we cover the top 5. We got, again, recap. Memphis number 5. Number 4 was Chicago.
Chi-town.
Number 3 we had Golden State. Number 2 we had our RipCity Trailblazers.
Yeah, that's come up.
All right, I appreciate that. So number 1, who are we looking at?
So number 1, I mean,
if you see the Spurs, I'm gonna punch you in the face.
The Spurs have been holding it down. I'm telling you,
they haven't.
The whole 2014, they held down the number 1 spot.
I will.
So it's only fitting
cut your mic.
That I take out the Spurs and I give you the Spurs of the East, Atlanta.
I will take
number
that.
1 team
I will take
right now.
Spurs
they
shredding people.
The Spurs of the East.
Let me hear it.
Minus all the titles.
22 in their last 24 games they've won.
Give it to me.
They have kicked everybody's ass. Whether West Coast, East Coast, it doesn't matter. The way these guys
play, it's pretty incredible right now.
It is.
And they have no superstar on their team. Like, quote-unquote superstar.
Well, what about...
But they're offensively...
There's a couple big role players.
Yeah. I was watching them. Everybody on their team can shoot.
Atlanta's sitting at 30-8, right? 30-8?
Yeah, 30-8.
Tied with us.
Yeah, 30-8, 16-3 at home, 14-5 on the road.
They're third in the West if you judge the West by the best.
That's impressive for an East Coast team.
And they keep on beating teams in the West. But their style of ball... They stretch you out. Horford can shoot up to 20 feet. Millsap can shoot the 3. Everybody else, Korver, everybody, Jeff Teague, they can all shoot.
For the first time ever, I agree with you.
So they spread you out.
For sure.
Me too.
Then they have Jeff Teague running those pick and rolls, and he's faster than he's one of the fastest point guards in the league, so he can attack you. Then you got Korver running around like a bootleg Reggie Miller. Just
chaos.
It's chaos.
Yeah.
And so you gotta respect him. Like,
it's
best
organized
3-point
chaos,
shooter
and they're turning offense out
in the league.
Yeah.
Then you got the defense, and they swarm you on defense. Kyle Korver is actually developing to a great defender,
which is weird to say.
He's a pesky defender.
Yeah, which is weird to say.
They held against Washington.
I love it.
8 turnovers against John Wall.
I love it. We have a new number 1.
New number 1
on our Keep 'em Low rankings. San Antonio
I can go on about Atlanta.
No longer. Atlanta sitting number 1. And next week, if you tune in, I'm pretty sure if Atlanta doesn't continue the pace, you'll probably hear this clown put this San Antonio Spurs back in number 1.
You know what? The Spurs until they get healthy. I'm not putting them back. Like,
I love it.
It's an eye test right here. That's what when it boils down to it. And I can't make an argument for them anymore.
I have a little known fact.
Let's hear it.
You remember Hank Aaron?
Yep.
From the Atlanta Braves?
Of course.
Yes. I was gonna mention it.
Yeah. He joins the group pursuing and buying.
Trying to purchase the team.
The house. Yeah.
You know who's up?
Crazy.
They're up for sale right now. And
the Nets.
And the Brooklyn Nets.
Yeah.
Prokhorov is trying to sell the team.
Man, wouldn't you love to buy an NBA team? Like us being sports fans, but like think about if you had that money, like Paul Allen.
But you know
just
what?
Play money.
I've got another question for you. I got another question for both of you.
He has
Hold
his
on.
own team. He can't run it.
This has nothing to do with owning a team. This is just as fun though.
Love it.
Who wins in a headbutt fight?
You know what?
Hold on.
That's a baby fight.
Who wins in a headbutt? An actual headbutt. Each player gets one headbutt.
Say the names.
Each player gets one headbutt. Dwight Howard and Kevin Garnett. Kevin Garnett serving a 1-game suspension and a nice little fine for headbutting Kevin Garnett after Kevin Garnett
being slapped.
Kevin Garnett headbutted Dwight Howard.
Yes.
Dwight Howard gave him the little half bitch slap to the throat.
Oh.
It's like slapping someone in the ear.
To me, it looked like he wanted to punch.
He tried to do the Denzel
Yeah,
thing. The training day, like boom. But like, is that not the softest fight right there? Because KG,
I think so. Yeah.
KG, who has gotten elbowed by Anthony Peeler. I don't know if you remember that. Zaza Pachulia checked that boy.
Yep.
He was terrified. He didn't, and Zaza headbutted him. I'll take Zaza pretty much. Zaza and David West, 2 toughest players in the league. I wouldn't want to fight any of those guys.
What is tall, lengthy Garnett gonna do against?
You see him running away.
I would take Howard, except that I feel like Howard would laugh too much and be like, haha, this is funny.
So Kobe's
like,
came
throw
out.
down,
Hey,
bro.
are the cameras rolling?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. This is gonna be good.
Yeah, Dwight Howard's a sucker, man. Like, straight up. Like, Dwight Howard is...
but in a real-life fight, I would take Howard over.
No, man. He has no heart, man. Kobe's checked him. Durant's checked him.
Yeah, I guess that is kind of true.
They don't respect him.
Okay.
And I don't even think, like... He seems like
that is really pathetic.
That was
too,
pathetic, man.
That was
He's
just kind of
one of the biggest dudes in the
toss
league,
out
and
a
he's
random
a straight
question.
sucker, man.
Yeah,
Suck
throw
Toss
down.
out a random
man.
question and see what happens.
Throw down.
Let's talk about some of the other moves. We've talked about the keep them low rankings. We've talked about the cheap shot of the week. Let's talk about some moves. Let's talk about Green going to Memphis.
Yeah, the Jeff Green that trade was great because, I mean, they didn't give up anything really. They gave up Prince and a future first. They also got Russ Smith in the deal from New Orleans, who can come off the bench and score. But Jeff Green, he's that perfect player in there. He can hit corner threes. He's a utility guy, a role
threes,
player.
But we were just talking crap about Tayshaun Prince for being lazy in the corner. I think Green's going to bring a little bit more energy than just the corner game.
But he can hit. But he sets it up so that's perfect for the corner threes because he can hit that shot. You're going to get all the attention from the Grit and Grind brothers with Gasol and Randolph. Conley penetrating the middle, kick it out easy over there to Green. He can capitalize on that. And then it brings versatility to their offense because they can have Green at the stretch 4.
Yeah, I got you.
You know, come off the bench, switch it up a little bit with Carter and Tony Allen and stuff like that. Have some different lineups out there. And I think they can really cause some problems when Green's going against like maybe a Durant in the playoffs. So, you know, he's a tall 6'9" guy.
But overall, it was a pretty good move.
It was a great move. That's why I put him in the top 5.
All right, let's talk about a not so great move. At least questionable. Maybe not so great. But we got to see Cleveland drop 2, not 1, but 2 first-round picks this week.
For a guy that doesn't
for a center.
Timothy Moskov, he's best known as a noun for getting dunked on by Blake Griffin. Like we call it, you got Moskov if you get posterized.
Yeah.
So guy he does
2 times.
2 times. Those times. Dos Zakis, you know. And he didn't he didn't even average a double-double. He doesn't even average 10 points. So we're getting this guy in there for 2 first-round picks. You just got rid of all your assets. You got rid of Dion Waiters before. You got rid of 2 first-round picks for Dion Waiters. You trade Dion Waiters, but you got Iman Shumpert, J.R. Smith, and Timothy Moskov. And like the problem I have right now with the Cleveland roster is that you have LeBron, 2-time champion, 4-time MVP. You got Kevin Love, Kyrie Irving, J.R. Smith, and
do you have Kevin Love?
And Iman Shumpert. And all they're perennial.
Actually, tonight he stepped up quite a bit. But
they're perennial losers. That's what they are. That's all they know is losing. And you bring up Kevin Love, but he's 1 for 9 in the last 10 games. They're 1 for 9, and they didn't win when LeBron was out. I don't trust them.
Yeah, they were one. Yeah, it was
Like,
it was rough.
Kevin Love is the most
6 for 7,
overrated
or
player
what was
in the
it?
league right
was
now.
bad.
And Black called him out. And he even say he was a max player. His coach doesn't even think he's a max
Yeah,
player.
when your European coach calls you out and doesn't call and tells the media, excuse me,
tells the world
that you're not a max player.
he said that with his chest.
Eesh.
I'll tell you that.
So
I love it though. 'cause
I got a
let's-
simple
let's be honest,
question before
Blast
we
not
get
that
out of here.
respected. All right, let's hear it.
Anwar,
Yeah.
what's going on with Spurs?
Oh, jeez.
This,
We gotta take a quick break before we jump into that. We ain't
Are
got
we?
the time.
Are we? Okay.
Yeah,
the Spurs,
yeah.
I mean, look, I'm not a Spurs fan.
You are a Spurs
I'm
fan.
not.
What the fuck
I
are you
gave them-
talking
I
about?
gave
You put them at number 1 forever.
I gave them respect. I've
All
been
right,
down the
let's-
Spurs for
let's-
years. You know, I might have jinxed them. You know,
right.
I should put them back at number 1 so they don't even go to the playoffs.
The Spurs don't deserve a break.
Because really,
they don't
really,
deserve a commercial break.
I was talking to some people about this, about what are the fact that if the Spurs don't make it to the playoffs, because
No, they're gonna make it to the playoffs.
No, but check this out. Phoenix is
They
really
are not looking good.
Phoenix
going
is
into the
really
playoffs.
hot. Phoenix is really hot right
Yeah.
now. You know OKC is gonna pick it up. They're only a half a game behind, a half a game ahead of Phoenix for that 8th spot, and then the OKC, they go on 10-game winning streak. Say for instance, they're right there with number 7 spot.
We'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens.
I got
We'll
you.
see. All right. That is going to do it for us here at Rose City Sports Talk. As always, Bryce Trost, Anwar Jones,
Let's go.
and his day of glory.
Yes, it is. I'll just show you this, Portland.
Special
That's
shout
up.
out to our
Look
dude,
away,
Jake
look
Hummel,
away.
in the
Bam.
audio booth.
Bam.
Big thanks to Dylan Andrews here. He's keeping us pretty on the lens.
Thank you, Dylan.
Yes, that's right. And again, check us out, rosecitysportstalk.com. You can also say hello, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. We'd love to hear your feedback. That
Shout
is
out
going
to the Buckeyes,
to
baby. Ohio State.
All
National
right.
champion.
Yeah. All right,
Duck
from
hunting season
Green
with a
Luck Media
12
Group
gauge.
here in Portland,
Bam.
Oregon, this has been Rose City Sports Talk. Good night.
Damn. I like duck hunting in Nintendo. That's what we was
Shut
doing.
your mouth.
Bang, bang.
Be quiet.
Bang, bang.
Oh
That's what
man.
we doing.
I just want to walk over there and put my fist in your face.